Hello everyone, welcome back to Snowrunner, difficult mode. We got Brian in chat already. Hello Brian, hello Michelle. Evening. I'm sure that's what you meant to say. um, again, where were we? We are in Amandra. And we have a few things going here. Hope everybody's having a good day. There's Mark. Let me get the code entered in here, Mark, for you. I have not pulled that up yet. Okay. Oh yeah, it was a pretty good day. Got a lot more accomplished today than what we had been getting. So I always like it when I get stuff done. Okay, the code is in the Discord there, Mark. If you didn't see it off the screen there. Okay, yeah, I punched it into Discord there. Vacation helps. My vacation is next week. I will be working Saturday for half a day, and then I am off all next week. Guys at work can't figure out how it is. You know, we got a rule at our shop about you have to work the day before and the day after a holiday to get paid for that holiday. Well, they can't figure out how I can take my vacation right after a holiday. Well, because I always work the Saturday before I'm on vacation. So when that holiday, like Thanksgiving, and we don't work Fridays because of it, when we have those 2 days off, but I come in on Saturday and work, guess what? I'm working the day after the holiday. So they don't understand how I'm getting away with having my vacation there and still getting holiday pay. It's because I'm working. Yes, I am in the garage currently. We are figuring out what we got to do here. I want to make sure old scrap metal is the only task showing. I'm going to go and check and see how many of them tasks we actually have in Amandra to do yet. We have troublesome motor that we have to find. Old scrap metal. Yeah, those are the last two in Amandra task-wise. It's troublesome motor and old scrap metal. In fact, I believe that's why I have this waypoint set, is because that's where troublesome motor is got to get activated. You have a black screen. Try to refresh your page, Brian. Yeah, try refreshing your page. Because I've got it pulled up on alternate here, and it's definitely broadcasting. Is anybody else having issues with seeing this stream? All right. Well, what do we got for vehicle-wise? It's out and about. Scout 800's up there. All right, I'm going to jump into the Scout. Ooh, I ain't got much fuel in them. But we'll do it anyhow. I'm going to jump into the Scout 800, and I'll probably have to bring it back to top off the fuel, and then we'll head out and activate this other task. I do have a full roof rack yet, so. Oh, where's my way down? Back that way. Up now? Alright, yeah. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta refresh it. Yep. You got it all figured out. Sam's after bone. Funny when you hear him go to pick it up and he'll drop it and it lands on that hardwood floor. Get me a new desk and stuff for. I'm gonna set up one of my other rooms as a room for my games and stuff. I got one desk and then decided it's on sale on Amazon right now for $100. So I'm like, well, what the heck? I might as well. So I picked that up and got it, and then it's an L shape. I decided, you know what? I'm going to pick up another one because it's a reversible L shape. And then I can set the other one up right next to it and just kind of have this full little circle space and get my steering wheel set up, all part of it and everything. I got to get the room all cleaned out because it's kind of chaotic. Empty cardboard boxes. Repty Play, how you doing? Love the little Android logo there. Love maps with full winter. I personally feel like they should have more of the snowy maps like this. Because, I mean, the game is called Snowrunner. Not much point in calling it Snowrunner if most of your maps are not snow. I don't know, maybe I'm just crazy for thinking that, but... Uh-oh, gonna have to dip into my roof rack. Roof rack. There we go. Hydrate, guys. Drink them if you got them. If you ain't got them, go get them. Hello, Richard Carper. There just is no good route through this area. How's it going today? It's been a good day so far. Been a good day. Good day at work. Good day to come home and play with the dog for a little while and then jump on some Snowrunner. The wife wants to know what kind of dog I got. I have a German Shepherd. What map is this, cowboy? This map is Amandra that we are in right now. It's part of the Kola Peninsula region. We have 2 tasks left to do in here. Then we will probably go back to Lake Cove and do all the tasks over there, and then we'll work on the contracts. We've done a couple of contracts. There's not a lot of contracts in Kola Peninsula. Most of it's the tasks. Neighbor, good day, mate. Heading to get to 605? Not currently. I'm actually, there's a TUZ that's got to get picked up. Way over in that corner over there. That's where I got the marker at. But I'm not so sure that the Scout's going to be the car for the job. But we'll find out. Saw a Scout with a bunch of fuel and repairs and assumed 605 anymore. Yeah. Eventually. Well. Come on, get back on the hard pack. Stop driving in a straight line. There you go. Can't get them to go in a straight line any other time. But you want to turn, and that's all they want to do is go in a straight line. The only reason I don't have this task highlighted right now is because it has not been activated. So I have to go activate it and then... Oh, I will need something bigger than this to get it out though. I forgot because it's in the water. All right, Mark, I got a mission for you. Uh, yeah, when you get yourself free, you know where you delivered that cabin, that portable cabin over here on the lake for the fishing task? Okay, right in that same general area is where this car's got to be pulled out of, but the car is in the water off the edge of that. My scout's not going to be able to pick it up. Somewhere, one of these trucks, I think it might be the Zix, has the crane on it. If you can get that over to that location to pull that thing out of the water. Rio, just dropping in to say hi. All right, we'll catch you later, buddy. Probably doesn't have to be real big because it's just a little TZ166. Probably. Hey, Steve. Oh yeah, that's right. You got to go up the side over here. Almost forgot about that. You can come down the main road, but you ain't going up the main road. Yeah, give me 1 second. Make sure I get past these rocks here. Oh, where's he at? Ah. Yeah, he's struggling a bit there. Hey, Adam. Lurking and liking. Got the Chevy stuck now. There we go. Yeah, I noticed that. Well, I've never had that tree disappear before. I was just like, where'd it go? It's amazing some of the little tricks that you remember. Like, I've done this map once before, but I remember the little side route to get up here as opposed to trying to fight my way up that road. I believe there actually is yet an alternative route from the other side, but got my marker almost directly on the yellow box. Yes. Uh-huh. Wow. Yeah, I might have to take a look at a PlayStation Store later and see what it is. Hmm. All right, troublesome motor. Look, yesterday me and my pals were wheeling around on the ice, ended up stuck in the pressure ridges. Can you care to pull a free car? Pull the free car? Pull a car free? Eh? Yeah, well, possibly. We'll work on that. All right. And now we can track that. Sam's trying to be a little pain in the butt right now. Right over there. Okay. Back down the hill. I think I can actually drive down this hill, though. If I remember right. Troublesome motor. It's the one I just activated. Yes. Oh, yeah. And I was talking to somebody about that at work today, too. I was like, yeah, I got to remember to move my chat. See, I remembered it while I was at work. Just didn't remember it once I got home. can get down this way. He just ain't driving up this way. So this one and old scrap metal are the last two tasks we got here in Amandra. Yeah, right turn. Where's it? We're going to head left and grab some fuel out of the Scout fuel carrier first, though. I'll let Sam out real quick. Of course, I may, before we move back over to Lake Cove, I may take a look and see which contracts we can complete by getting everything from over here. No, I guess it wouldn't have been so sneaky. I was thinking, man, I'm going to drive right by this road. Get up over the crest of this little hill, and there it was, plain as day. Yeah, it's right here. Probably going to end up running me down pretty quick. That Pandera being 8x8 cut through this route a little bit better than this thing will. So many spots that you go. If only I had a bridge across here. Yeah, it's right by one of the fallen poles. Yeah, I believe I tried pulling this thing out with a small truck before and couldn't do it because it's got the front wheels are dropped over the edge. So without a crane or a bigger truck, you're not. Yeah, the second you get near it, it falls in the water. That's what it was. I knew there was something like that. Alright, he's wanting back in already. Can't have him out there barking so much at night. Plus, he's kind of a pansy. The ground's all wet because it rained earlier. And walking on wet leaves, he don't like his precious little toes getting wet. Big, mean, scary German Shepherd afraid of a wet toe. I think what I need to do is before I do too much work on getting my little room set up, I need to take a picture of what it looks like now and then take a picture of it after I'm done. Little before and after pictures. Yeah, that spot of mud there is kind of freaking terrible. Looks like you're kind of thinking about taking a nap. Are you able to get back upright, or do I got to drive back up there? All right. Heck no, I'm taking the scenic route around the ice again. That snow's way too thick to go over the top. Sliding around on the ice. Get back on your feet right about the time I get there. Hey, Shadow. Yeah, my daughter was buying a lot of them controllers like that for her Xbox, and kept having the same problem of they start falling off like that. But yeah, the first of the two desks wasn't supposed to be here until tomorrow. Just get done eating my dinner. Walk back to the living room. There's UPS pulling up out in the parking lot. I'm like, nice. All right. Well, I'll wait here at the top of the hill for you then. See you coming around the corner right now. Yep. Right as you come down, you'll see the big rock on the left-hand side of the road. The road's immediately past that rock. Sergey, good evening. Thank you, Sergey. Appreciate the birthday wishes. And thank you to everybody else that had thrown some birthday wishes my way yesterday. Appreciate you guys. Stop going left when I'm turning right. Stupid snow. Yeah, the up and over route is pretty much a trap because it's got that deep snow up there. And on the bright side, we did get the hard contract over here done doing that Starry Sky. That and the armored cars, I think, were the two worst ones. Okay, it's dunked in the water right there. Heck, that thing's small enough, might be able to pack that in the truck. Get the back wheels in the bed and the front wheels up on the roof of the service cab, or vice versa. It might actually pack like that. Oh yeah, you're good. Sam's trying to get me to play with him, but when he gets super excited and he ends up nipping me, I make him suffer with me not playing with him for a little bit to calm down. And then once he calms down a little bit, then we play again. But I'd rather him just not play like that, and instead of having him turn into a dog that nips all the time. He's a good dog, though. Only gets you when he gets excited. As long as it's got all the wheels touching, they will usually pack. Oh yeah. You'll probably have to disconnect the winch cable before it'll let you pack it, though. Nope, no pack cargo. Okay. Yep. It's got to go all the way back up that hill. Which is where the little route to the side that I took comes in real handy. No, it's not far away. Thomas Doherty, hello there. Uh, Took a few minutes and was watching this other gal doing she's starting a hard mode playthrough on Snowrunner. Can't remember what her name is offhand. First time I really seen her pop up. And dark hair, dark long hair. Apparently one of her favorite things in the world to talk about is the Honda CRV has this little coffee table in the back, I guess. And she loves ranting about the coffee table on the CRVs. How if you try to buy one used, people always, when they sell it, take that coffee table out and keep it. Uh-oh, did you get stuck? Okay. The car fell off. Well, since how we know it won't pack, might as well just leave the crane attached to it and pinch it down. Yeah. Well, at least we got the reversing beeper going. Yeah, there's a good chance it'll go away later when we change vehicles or something. Yeah, I've seen them pop through a couple of times. They posted some pictures. Right. Nice. Yeah, this is your part to be able to overtake me for a second. Ah, I found good ground. Is he? It was kind of nice today. I was actually able to catch part of the stream. Yeah, I seen he taking a bunch of pictures of the walk. Going to be a left-hand turn up here just past this stump. Then you can kind of go down that road, but you are not going back up that road. And I think even if you go the long way around, I don't think that's a very good route either. Yeah, it's going to be tricky for you. You know, it might actually be easier if you offload it and I just pull it the rest of the way up the hill. You're just swinging around this side. As opposed to trying to get that big old truck up here. Yeah, perhaps maybe you should have left the anchors out. Dang it! Well, if you don't get it up right by the time I get back down there, I'll be down there to help you. Oh. Yeah, I suddenly heard the crane work stop. So I wonder who it is that came up with the name apiary for a bunch of beehives. I just don't get the correlation. Some of that stuff you go, oh, I get it. But I just don't get that one. Alright, here we go. Payday. Troublesome motor. Good job! My darling is almost unscathed. I'll try to drive carefully from now on. 320 XP, 2500 cash. He's not going to drive carefully. Yeah. A little unnecessarily beat up. Latin name for bees is apis. Okay, see, now it makes a little bit more sense anyhow. Uh-oh. Haha. Not a problem. Doesn't it? It's got a few extras on the roof rack. So. Oh yeah, you're gonna want to restore the crane for this to work. Because with them anchors on, it'll never pick you up. Oh yeah. That's right there. Alright, give a tug on that. Or it'll come disconnected. One of the two, you know. Okay. One more try here. No. Hold on. Let me try getting a little closer because maybe you're just just a hair out of range there. Sometimes if you're right at the limit, it'll do that. Wow, why is that one? All right, let's try that one. Hey, that one held on for a second. There we go. It's coming. There we go. Alright, now, where have we got to go for this old scrap metal? Okay. Dropping off all the way over by the gateway. Small Scout flatbed is the one. Yeah, that's the one that we got up by the yep. And we've got an Atom sitting right there, so we could throw that on the back of there. Ooh, do we have chains on the Atom? Well, going down that hill we don't necessarily need them, so. Yeah. I mean, there's also always the detour route. which is kind of sloppy and rocky, but ooh, probably wouldn't get up. We'd have to go down along the edge of the ice and then back up to the road. It's still not a bad route. All right, I'm going to drive the Scout back, and I'll grab the Scout fuel trailer on the way. Yeah, go ahead and jump in the Atom and load that thing up there. Let me check the contracts. See if any of them bring us this direction. That's 3 long logs. And they come out of there, so that one. Power to the masses is 3 medium logs. Oh man, we got a lot of crap that's got to come from the other end. Not that one. Not that one. Cabin fever. Containers. No, that's all Lake Cove. Sites of military glory. No. Places of military glory. Okay. So that doesn't go there. Coal administration. No, that's all in Lake Cove. Almost afloat. No. Rescue North Tributary. No. Marshes. Nope, nothing else is over here, so we might as well, yep. Getting a quick top off from it. Yep, might as well. There ain't no point in leaving any fuel in it when we turn it in. Hello, Adam. Are you back for real now? Done now. Told the folks to come get their fix here. Nice. I'm not sure what Steel's streaming tonight. All that stuff out here, and it just wants to grab the thing right next to me. Oh yeah, I'm coming. I'm just complaining about my winch only wanting to grab the stuff right next to me instead of out in front of me. Because, you know, I mean, that's realistic, right? Winch runner. Sometimes. You know what they say, 400th time's a charm. So Adam, how's Alaska? Great, music just pulls you in. Yeah, it kind of does. That won't mess with anybody with motion sickness, will it? Such a tiny little window. Alright, go back outside so I can actually see the road. I'll get up here. I will top the Scout off from this trailer, and then we'll dump the rest of it into the other fuel trailer here. It's got 189 in it right now. Now we're at 242, so we're just under half a trailer worth in there. I do believe, from having gone through and looked at the contracts, only one of them was just in here. There's two logging ones that you got to pick the logs up in Lake Cove and bring them up here. But then there's one for a Scout. Nice crane work. Beautiful. She got to pack up like a glove. Yep. Yeah, I think the Atom does have chains on it. Come on. Stupid rocks. scout trailer's all hung up on the rocks. I'm through, but the scout trailer's not. Drag it with, go over it. Yep, give her a nudge. See, there's that big old rock right there. Yeah, you're just attached to me right now. Aha! Got the pole. Why it grabbed from that winch point, I don't know. It's alright, it didn't slow me down any. When you're getting passed by snails, you can't go much slower. Need a ferry truck for that area. There's only a few more times that we're going to have to cross through here, but somebody ran over all my trees again. Probably dragging a big trailer through there. Sure, I can't reach that. Nope, just out of reach. We're getting somewhere though. There we go. Oh yeah, I got Mark back there giving me little helpful nudges occasionally. Okay. Alright, Sergey. This one's for you. Because I know you'd be disappointed otherwise. Yes. So the only one that was in here was... It's locked out. Is the Sights of Military Glory. So yeah, once we get that delivered, I'm going to start ferrying some of the vehicles back to the garage so we've got them available on the other map, because we're going to need them once we get over there. I mean, you can get around that if you come this way and cut up over all these rocks. How many of these are on this side of that? Look at that. Con Marshal, Zix, my Scout. Down here we have... Oh, that guy's going to have to get back because we got to sell that trailer too. What truck's over here? The Warthog. So we got a couple that are going to have to do I have a crane on the where's that at? Yes, I do. I'm thinking I might couple of vehicles that are over by the airport area, throw them on this trailer on the Avonhorn, and go back down through to the garage in Lake Cove with them, as opposed to trying to fight all the way back up to this garage. Actually, there's only one vehicle down here other than the one you're driving, and that's the Warthog, so... Don't ever go that way. It's a trap. We're going to park this guy over here. Now we'll work on moving these three to the other side. Probably still leave a couple of fuel trailers out and about because we got to do the logging missions and then the places of military glory. when that gets unlocked. So we will need fuel for those. I still can't believe Bryce tried bringing the Mac defense through here. Spot barely big enough for scouts and for small scouts. He tries to bring a Mac defense through it. I told him don't. Right into the tree. Uh-oh. Okay, you're right there. All right. Where? I'm hovering right over top of it. Where's the Avonhorn? I can't find it. Fortunately, I have overkill truck not far away. I swear they must have fixed some of these fences because the horn doesn't seem to blow them down anymore. The stick fences it does, but like the chain link ones it don't. See, and I was before considering bringing the Avonhorn over and loading the Warthog on that trailer in advance. And then I said, you know what? Let me just hold off. Look, I had a premonition. I see headlights. Are you? Of course. I get all the way over here, and guess who gets himself upright? Well, I'll wait till you get out of there because those rocks that are in front of you are kind of vicious. Just in case you need a winch point. Yeah, what are the odds you're going to get lucky enough to get it to pack properly again? Not when you're laying sideways. Yep, come the beginning of January, Sam will be a year old. I don't think so. The wheels have to be making contact. Might be easier to drag it out onto the ice, though, so that you're sitting level. There we go. Another beautiful trailer loading job. Vujade. Feeling that somehow none of this has ever happened before. We'll be saying that. Especially considering these bridges are way too narrow for me. Yeah, I see you. Make sure which one is on. That's not working. Alright, let me see if I can squeak past you here. Because I can't seem to pull you sideways. I have to try to get around you and pull you forward. Yeah, let's go with that one right there. Alright, I'll let you pull on that. Cause I'm just going to slide on the ice otherwise. Right, don't go backwards. Right. Yeah, you pretty much got to cut through the backside of the airport and then go down to the across the lake. But the advantage is there's a fuel trailer back there for you to fill up on. Then after you drop that off, you can just probably leave that parked over by where the Warthog's at. And then we'll get all these other vehicles taken care of. And we'll take that, the Avonhorn, and the Warthog back through the gateway. So where was I? I was over here. I'm half tempted the tree is not spawned in properly. Haha, it let me drive right through it because it didn't spawn in all the way. Nice. I have no problem exploiting a glitch when it works in my favor. the last one over there. This guy will just go straight through because, well, he doesn't need to go the long way around. Alright, I'm going to go over the hill and see if the tree is spawned in all the way or if I can sneak through it again. Well, it looks like it might be a loose. Let's go right through it again. Yep. What'd you say, Mark? Oh, yeah, where you got to drop that off at? Yeah, that one's ours to keep. In fact, if you want to drag that over by where the Warthog is too, we'll throw the Warthog and that trailer on the wide flatbed that's on the back of the Avonhorn. So, old scrap metal. That's a good haul. I'll send them to the city, then we can share the spoils. 520 XP, 6,450 cash. I knew there was one of the really big ones stuck underneath with me. Alright, let's see now. Both of these are right outside the garage. The old Western Star was like frozen to the ground. Couldn't get it to go backwards. I had to go forward almost down into the ditch in order to get it to move. Like, well, that's a switch. Con Marshall's down the road. See, now on playthroughs where you don't have to pay for recovery, it's a lot quicker to get everything back in the garage. Well, I'm going to continue to take advantage of the non-solid tree as long as I can. I think when Bryce drove over top of it the other day and got stuck and had to get yanked off of it, it broke it. You still there, Mark? Awful quiet. Oh yeah, I was gonna the big flatbed that's on the back of the Avonhorn. Just gonna load both of those onto that. Oof, a little squirrely there. All right, so what do we got left to bring in? The Kenworth, the C500, the 745C, and the Tataran. I'll have to get back to the garage. Tataran is way over there. You're in the Kenworth, right? All right. The 745C is. Um, you can if you go don't try to cross right here because remember what a nightmare that was trying to cross. But if you go straight ahead, where you'll go up the hill, and then there's a big puddle, and you're gonna hang a left at that big puddle, and take it down, and we can work our way across the ice right there. I'll leave the 745C where it's at for now, just in case it's needed. And I will grab the Tataran. And head down that way. Well, that's unfortunate. Because there's probably nothing that I'm going to attach this thing to. Oh, come on. Dodged a bullet there. Well, I guess it's a good thing that I have a Tataran, huh? Have Tataran, will travel. Let me see where you're at. Alright, give her a yank. Sure, just break my winch cable. I see how you are. Might have to try grabbing from the back where it can swing around a little bit and come up. Alright, let me relocate here. Try that one. We'll go back up the way I came across. It's probably a little safer. I just got an Austin Powers it around the corner here. Oh, back up one more time. There we go. In fact, I'll let you go ahead and go first, just so that way I can see if you end up needing a rescue again. Plus, we get you on screen that way. Yeah, this is a rough spot here with all the dips. Alright, dark blue. Head for the dark blue ice. Nope, not that part. To your right. I'm just going to creep along in low minus and be happy, because this thing will slide around like you wouldn't believe. Found a soft spot, did you? Well, I'm coming slowly but surely. I know, I know. Hurry up and don't call me Shirley. There you go. Back into low minus for me. This thing does slide around something fierce on the ice. Eagle says, go faster. Not going faster, Eagle. Not with this thing across here. Sink it in the water and never see it again. That was probably the most dangerous part. Oh, you got a big rock right there, huh? You need me to come around to hook onto? Lean on me when you're not strong. I was gonna say we could probably just, you're in the perfect position, jump into the cat and winch the C500 along behind you. One more treacherous spot that we got to cross when we get down to the other one where we got to drive along the ice Doritos. I will be right back. All right, I'm back. Yeah, you want to go left anyhow. Yep. Oh, down the. I mean, I guess you could. Yeah, if you. I wouldn't go all the way down to the end, but if you turn off like right after these trees, and then go down to the lake shore. Kind of six and one half dozen or the other. Giving you every winch point but the one you want. There you go. Yeah, somewhere right after that next pole on your left is where I would turn left to head down. Don't want to drive this guy over top of that. We'll go between these ones over here. It's just such a shame there's such a big weak spot right in the middle right there. If you want, go ahead and drop the C500 and I'll grab it. That's a big old beast of a truck, that cat. Just about out of fuel with this turn. Ran out right in the box. Perfect. I mean, I had a roof rack. I could have refilled it any minute, but you got to do it, you know? That's funny. There's nothing attached to this trailer, yet the lights are on it. Well, this thing's definitely not making it in there without topping it off. All right, what we at time-wise? Still got to get that guy over there. All right, we will go ahead and call it right there, and we will come back tomorrow evening, and we will load up these last two trucks. We'll get the Warthog and the trailer loaded on the back of this big flatbed over here, and we will proceed to drive into Lake Cove and work on some of the tasks and stuff over there. I believe I have 3 more upgrades to find, and they are all in Lake Cove. I kind of did a little studying to figure out exactly which ones they are and where they're at. So we will work on getting those, getting tasks done, and then we will start contracts. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate it. If you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see, please feel free to share, comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when we go live. And on behalf of Mark, who's been here all evening, and you haven't been able to hear him, I say thank you, and we will see you next time. Can do.